Oh my gosh, did the world turn upside down? No, actually. The dashboard is upside down right now. And no, I did not recover the glove box. That's actually the original glove box itself, the door for it. I just used some of this stuff, kit protectant. I don't even know if it's still available. I don't even remember where I got it, but I do know renews, color and shine, protects and beautifies. Looks like it did that for my glove box. And what I did was I coated it really liberally, let it dry on there, and then just kind of wiped it off and buffed it off. So, as you can see now, although it is upside down, the dashboard is in. The reason it's upside down is I kind of wanted to get in here, and there's some screws and a latch. So the latch here for the glove box door and 2 extra screws on the sides. They are a bear to get in, and the holes are not pre-drilled for them or pre-punched for them on the glove box kit that I got from DatsunParts.com. So that took quite a bit of fiddling to get in right. But I did manage to do it. The coating on the glove box, you can see it's kind of it's that rubberized coating that I used, and it seems to be working really well. I kind of like that. It gives it some durability, gives it a little bit of tack, so stuff's not going to be sliding around, falling around in there. The wiring for the fuse block is in. I cleaned all of the fuse block ends, all of the connectors and everything with a little wire wheel on the end of a Dremel tool. Got in there, cleaned up where the fuses actually make the connection to their respective areas, and then to the clips themselves, for the flat connectors. So cleaned up inside all of these. I'm blocking all my light here, but I cleaned up in there all of the, pulled all the fuses out, cleaned that up, and then cleaned all the tabs for the connectors for the wiring harness. So that is that. The other bear, aside from getting the screws in that run across the top edge of the glove box, was the screws down in here for the door. There's 3 of them. There's one over here, there's one in the center, and there's one down on the other end. And the center one and the one on this end are not too hard to get in. I did have to cut where the pre-punched holes were not exactly in the right spot. I had to cut some of the material away to get the holes to line up. That wasn't as difficult as it was to get this one over in here in. This screw is probably one of the most difficult screws to get in on the entire car that I've found. What I did do, though, is the same trick that I did when I was getting the dashboard off, and what I will use when I'm putting it back on, which was to use just the end of the screwdriver. I used either one of these little ends or this end. This is from a regular screwdriver handle, and this obviously is my micro screwdriver kit. But I used that and good old-fashioned crescent wrench. And just adjust the crescent wrench to the size that it takes to fit on there, and I can hold that on the end of the screw, take the crescent wrench and grab the hexagonal shaft and turn it, and it's like a 1/8 to a 1/4 of a turn at a time, but you can actually work them in there. Not the easiest thing in the world, but hey, you know what, it's done. So that is about that with the dashboard. I had to play around with some of the links of some of the wires. I had to recut and put new ends on because they were a little bit long, but that's okay. I'd rather be a little long than a little short. And that is that. The wiring loom here is pretty much complete. You can see all the ends that are going to go down into the engine compartment, and the rest of the wiring loom, the bottoms of the instruments here. I still have to connect the cables that go here and the oil pressure here. But that's going to be about it. I have, oh yeah, the other vent here that will go in the dash vent hole here, and I got the other one on over here so that you can hook up the heater hoses for the defroster. And then the long cable here that will worm its way around to the distributor and the coil and the condenser. So that's that. Polished up the old ashtray a little bit. Surprising. Dad smoked a lot when I was a kid. This thing was almost black, and I actually managed to polish it up, although it's very difficult to get down into the bottom of there. But it's amazing how filthy that was, and you know, almost 50 years worth of cigarette ash coming out of there. But it's done. I got more of the knobs, the windshield wiper knob. I'm going to redo the white in the cutouts on there. Although again, this thing was really crusty looking, and just letting this kit stuff, plastic renewal stuff, soak on it for a while, and it's actually looking. Get it over here under the light. Actually looking pretty doggone good for what it is and for how old it is. So, rest of those will go on the dashboard in their respective spots. Throttle control, which is still in the car. That's I believe the wipers, the lights, and the dimmer. So that's it. Almost there completely. I'll do some more videos on this as I work on getting it back into the car. And until next time, YouTube, have a good one.